How do they do that? The reasoning given behind is that when we are growing up as child, we keep on learning. So child or adolescent learns from others or from situations or from events. And when we learn, we tend to develop some kind of ideas. Is the situation safe? Are we square? Am I going to be punished for no reason? Do I have to need to lie? Do I need to speak to the truth? And all these ideas ultimately lead to some kind of beliefs, or what we call them is the schemas. So what are schemas? Schemas are the characteristic ways we have of thinking, feeling, and behaving. So remember these things. Number one is thinking, feeling, and behaving. And where do they arrive from? They arrive from learning or perceiving, observing situations or others as a child, as an adolescent. So these are called schemas, and each person has a particular set of schema. So each person develops a particular set of schemas. As a result of the way their carers and parents respond to them over a long period of time, so they will develop this characteristic way of thinking, feeling, behaving. They become unhelpful or maladaptive when they leave us feeling negative. Let's say if this feeling is negative, they feeling negative either about ourselves or others, and they leave us struggling to deal with our emotions. Why? They are making me feel uncomfortable. These things are going to stay there in your brain, in your thinking, in your mind. And if these feelings are uncomfortable, in the future any situation can trigger this. If they trigger the similar schema, that you feel unsafe, you're going to be punished, you're going to be abused, then these schemas will develop, and your behavior will be to protect yourself or run away from the situation or act in a way where you are aggressive because you want to minimize those feelings which are there. However, because they have been triggered, they are going to cause distress. And if you behave in the situation which seems to be mild, in extreme way, that will be regarded as you might have some personality disorder. Now, remember, all children need to be looked and loved and supported in their development. And our core emotional needs as children, they include feeling secure, cared for, and accepted by others, having a well-developed sense of who we are, sense of who we are, and feeling confident. When we say feeling confident, confident to make our own choices, having the freedom to express our emotions and ask for what we need. So there's a freedom to express our emotions. And if we need something, we should be comfortable to ask for our needs. And they may be basic needs. Having the chance to be spontaneous, playful, spontaneous, playful, and having fun. If any of these are affected, it is going to affect you in the long run. And if they are persistent again and again, having realistic limits and developing self-control. So self-control. We have certain limits, which should be realistic, and so every child should feel secure. They should have a sense of who they are, and they should feel confident to make their own decisions, and they should feel the freedom to express their emotions, freedom to ask what they need, and they can be spontaneous, they should be happy, they should be playful and having fun. And despite this, there is still that control where they feel in control of themselves, and they can limit themselves what is right, what is not right. So when we develop these schemas, they should be adaptive, they should be positive. But what happens in personality disorder, or what happens if these things are not right, then we call them maladaptive schemas. Because they develop quite early in our life, we call them early maladaptive schemas, or EMS. So what is EMS, or early maladaptive schemas? A self-defeating. Remember this when we talked about the person should be secure, safe, and if insecurity is there from their own children, family, from own environment, they will develop feelings of mistrust. And same with others, if they don't know who they are, if they are not being loved, and if they don't have the freedom, they will all cause these problems. So early maladaptive schemas is a self-defeating pattern of reacting that is made up of memories, emotions, thoughts, and bodily sensations. So these are patterns of reacting. Patterns of reacting. And what are they made up of? They are made up of memories from childhood, emotions, thoughts, bodily sensations. Now, remember one thing. Why do we behave? or act. Before that acting, there is some thought in your mind that you don't feel safe, run away. You see somebody you feel attracted to, you come close to them. So it is in your thoughts. And where are these thoughts? What we said was we have these memories. And these, let's say you have a thought that you don't feel secure, you don't feel safe. And what will happen? They will generate some kind of emotions, feelings, or even bodily sensations. Your muscles start getting tense, or start getting sweating, or your breathing is getting faster. Why they're getting faster? Because your memories have been triggered. You are in a situation